I'm going to be reading a little bit from my book, and then I'm going to go. As you can see, I'm still swelled up. Yeah, still swollen. Like I said, it doesn't hurt as much because I am on penicillin. But yeah, there's like a hard lump right there. Yeah, it just does not feel good. And like I said, prayers are always greatly appreciated. Prayers for a speedy recovery. Prayers for quick healing. Because yeah, it does not feel the greatest. It's just uncomfortable, and yeah, there's a certain element of discomfort. All right, I'm reading from the book Forgiving What You Can't Forget. I'm on chapter 4. That's the impact this trauma had on me. For example, if another driver ran a stop sign and hit your vehicle with such force that it broke your leg in several places, that's the fact of what happened. But long after the bones heal, if you now walk with a limp, or you deal with nerve damage, or you're no longer able to run, the impact of the accident continues to affect you. Even after you forgive the other driver for the fact of what happened, there will be constant reminders that trigger ongoing emotional responses. Each morning when you go into your closet and see your running shoes, feelings are triggered just by the sight of something you used to enjoy so much that's now been taken away by no choice of your own. The feeling may range from disappointment that quickly goes away to bitterness over the unfairness of it all. You may even make up stories in your mind imagining the driver who hit you out running, freely moving about with not a care in the world. Anger rises up inside of you with such force that it almost demands you do something to right the scales of justice. But just as the anger rises, so does confusion. Maybe you already verbalized your forgiveness toward the driver, and you really meant it. So, how in the world could such anger verging on rage be inside your heart right along with that marked moment of forgiveness? Again, even when you've made the decision to forgive, triggers like these will remind you that there is also a process of forgiving them for the impact this had on you. In this scenario, these triggers will happen each time you remember that your leg no longer works like it used to before the accident. When triggers occur, the day of the original trauma will feel extremely present all over again. Has this ever happened to you? Me too. This is where we start to wonder and doubt and feel hopeless. Maybe forgiveness doesn't work, or maybe our forgiveness doesn't work. We wonder if something is wrong with us. Maybe we just aren't capable of the kind of forgiveness other people, seemingly better people, are capable of. Or maybe this offense is too big. Or maybe our emotions are too fragile. Or maybe we just said the words but never truly meant them deep inside our heart. I guess that could be true, but let's assume if we said the words, even if our feelings had not yet fully caught up with the decision to forgive, and we trusted that the Lord filled in any gaps, then that decision was real. So why all the continued struggle with deep emotion around an incident we've already forgiven? The decision to forgive doesn't fix all the damaged emotions. It doesn't automatically remove the anger, frustration, doubt, damaged trust, or fear. To work on those emotions, we must now start the process of forgiving that person for the impact. Remember, the decision to forgive acknowledges the facts of what happened, but the much longer journey of forgiveness is around all the many ways these facts affected you, the impact they created. The journey with art was long and brutal. There were years that it very much felt like divorce was imminent, and no one was more stunned than me that there was an eventual reconciliation. There was a slow bringing back together what we had massively damaged. There was repentance. There was forgiveness. There was an acceptance that just because something wasn't right for a long time, it doesn't mean it can't be made right over time. There was some healing we both did individually, and then there was a decision that it was time to heal together. There was a beautiful vow renewal. If we ever get together in person, there's nothing I'd love to do more than show you the pictures and the videos from that day and tell you more of the story, but please know this wasn't the end of the story. Like I said, even when we've made the decision to forgive for the facts of how we've been hurt, there is also a process of forgiving for the impact that will happen for months, years, maybe even decades later. And all the hurt of my marriage blowing up didn't just come from Art. There were others involved whom I needed to forgive as well. A few months after our vow renewal, Art and I were talking. There was nothing hard or heavy being discussed. Then he mentioned the name of a friend who did something very hurtful to me back when everything fell apart. Art had no idea that I was still feeling so hurt by this person that just the sound of her name brought a heaviness over me I felt I couldn't control. My pulse raced. My face and the back of my neck felt hot. My hands started to sweat and my throat tightened. I looked at Art with tears in my eyes and said, just hearing her name has such an overwhelming effect on me. I've forgiven her. I know she didn't realize how much what she did would hurt me. I've even gotten to the place where I can see how God used what she did for good. And yet, I'm still so bothered by what happened that my body has a physical response to the emotions that rise up whenever I think about her. And I'm going to end things right now. I'll read the rest to y'all later. I hope that you've gotten something from this. If you're dealing with a lack of forgiveness, I'm hoping that reading this book will help you as well as, help me. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do. I'm looking to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of January 2025, but I can't do it alone. I need your help. It's free to sign up, and it helps me out a bunch. I hope you all have a wonderful night. I'll talk to you all another time. God bless you all. Bye-bye.